We have some of these situations also in Togo. You are a security expert. Let me ask you on that one also.
Commendation to our president, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. I think about a fortnight ago, he revealed that he has been undertaking stealthy or clandestine, negotiations, and Fall has actually traveled to Ghana a couple of times. So therefore, the Togolese people think after half a century of the Yademes lording themselves over them, they need change. But the change has to be democratic.
That's always a problem. The process of the change is where...
Exactly. Everybody can shout from rooftops that we want change, but how do you want to effect the change? It has to be democratic. And that is what we will stick to all the time and call on all the feuding factions to see reason in sitting around the negotiating table and to reach a common ground in seeing the way forward.
Finally, any predictions in Togo? Are we going to see Adama resign or anything at all?
Fall may not resign, and I think it's business as usual for Fall.
For Nyasimbe, I mean.
Yes, it's business as usual. You are right. He's the sort of, the family name is Adama. So it's business as usual. Earlier today, he was inspecting some police stations and all that. So I think we can heave a sigh of relief, because everybody knows that anything that happens in Togo will have a ripple effect in Ghana. So therefore, I believe the Togolese crisis is inching closer and closer to an end, a reasonable closure. But I believe all the time we should dignify our leaders, and there can be only one path to change, and that path should be democratic.
I was just about rounding up, but let me ask you this. Some people have suggested that our president, the AU chairperson, or all the leaders of the AU should be active enough to be taking actions in some of these situations. But we are not seeing them talk. We are not seeing them take actions. We are not seeing anything at all.
How can the AU talk when it took the Chinese to gift a headquarters for us? How can ECOWAS talk when ECOWAS gets subventions from Western countries? How can SADC speak on the Zimbabwean crisis when it can't take care of itself? So therefore, the ideals Nkrumah stood for, that we needed a standby force, we needed a central bank, and those things Colonel Gaddafi was talking about. Any loss of a Pan-African leader on the continent is a loss to the Pan-African enterprise. We've lost Gaddafi, lost Yahya Jammeh, soon we'll be losing Mugabe. So therefore, before we can throw our weight about, a 54-nation continent with no permanent seat at the UN Security Council, for example, when Europe, a tiny continent, has got up to 2 slots. So these are some of the historical wrongs that need to be righted. But before then, I believe blocs like ECOWAS, SADC, ICAS, IGAD, and then the AU should be able to stamp their authority, give us some economic and political emancipation and independence. Then we'll be able to talk as co-equals with our Western partners.
Thank you very much, Ibad. Ibad Ibrahim is a security
me.
expert and has graced our studios this morning to talk about the happenings in Zimbabwe, in Kenya, in Togo, and on the whole of the African continent, how conscious we have to be regarding security and how some of these fallouts may come out with. Right after this, we come back with the business segment of the news. Stay with us.